Well, let's return to union matters, and the police union Popcru says about 25,000 administration staff in the police service taking part in a protest today. 48,000 workers, including those who man the 10111 emergency call centre, are demanding better pay. Marches, we understand, taking place in all provinces except Gauteng and the northwest. Well, let's get a view on that now. Popcru's Gauteng secretary is Matsemela Matsemela. Good evening to you. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Without getting too technical here, at the heart of this is simply money. You want to be paid more.
That's true. That's true.
So what is in fact the demand that you're seeking?
One of the demands is that salaries of admin staff ought to be improved. As it stands now, majority of them earn less than 100,000 per annum, which is quite absolutely ridiculous.
And in your engagement with police authorities, what are they telling you?
Every time we engage, there's no budget for such. Yet these guys continue on a daily basis to make South African police services a very good service to the community.
All right, let's talk about today's marches, first of all. In particular, the 10111 centre. We understand that was affected. To what extent?
Hugely. Hugely, it was affected in a very huge manner. And that will continue tomorrow, because tomorrow Gauteng would be embarking on a similar action. Yes, we think that we're making quite a profound statement around the improvement of conditions of service.
You're making a profound statement, but you extrapolate this, you're also putting people's lives at risk. Is your fight worth that?
Necessarily not. Our fight is about ensuring that we get what we're worth delivering to the community.
The point remains, though, if someone phones the 10111 centre and your workers are on strike and they can't get through, their lives consequently are in danger.
Necessarily not. Necessarily not. Look, 10111 centres are meant, of course, by these members of ours, including uniformed members. So it's not really a big deal. Although we understand that this, to a certain extent, have a negative effect to the community. But
Mr. Matsemela, it is a big deal, many people would say. You know, if you're trying to get through on 10111 and there are less staff manning the telephones and you have an emergency, that's a problem. That's a big deal for someone whose life is in danger. It could be your family.
It is for that reason that we're asking patience from community to understand the basis and the context within which we're operating. It is precisely for that particular reason. We are aware of some negativities that the action may pose to communities. However, we cannot also simply fold our arms without basically raising our plight.
Does your union believe that the police commissioner is a dog?
Not at all.
I'll tell you why I ask you that question. In Cape Town today, there was a large crowd that had gathered, and part of the rhetoric was, is this dog Pierre, Commissioner Ria Pierre, taking our rights from us? Your union is saying the police commissioner is a dog.
I think it was a silly individual who said that. That's not a position of the union.
It was the crowd that was singing that song, not just one individual.
Well, we condemn and we disassociate ourselves from such despicable conduct. I mean, that's not what our...
Another sign today said the SAPS was worse than apartheid. Do you stand by that?
Well, we can't really, because we can't really argue in such context, because there are a number of...
Mr. Matsemela, that's what your members in Cape Town were saying today, that the SAPS is worse than apartheid.
Members,
is that your official position?
Necessarily what members say does not reflect the official position of the organization. I think that's the bottom line, that we must appreciate that a strike is neither a beauty contest, neither a romantic ceremony. So such things will come. However, these are not official positions of union.
Let's take another sign in Cape Town today, a sign with the words, top management must adhere to agreement or face war. Are you declaring war on the SAPS?
Ideological war, yes. Not physical war. Yes, we do.
You concede, though, that it could be interpreted as a call to action, with possible violent overtones.
Hence this clarity. It's not a physical war, neither a violent war, but an ideological war of engagement.
All right, so the markers have been laid down here. Just finally, then, what is Popcru's strategy going forward?
Look, we're giving subs 14 working days to respond to these demands. Failure to do so, we're going to come with a very radical program moving forward.
What is that radical program?
It will be pronounced by the National Executive Committee.
How is that going to affect ordinary South Africans?
Usually it will, because Take, for example, today, the disruptions that happened at 10.111. So should there be further such actions, of course, effects are going to be huge.
And this could have an impact on the fighting of crime.
We hope we don't arrive at that point. We hope that they shall definitely listen and respond appropriately.
But it could?
Definitely.
Thank you very much for joining us. Popcru Gauteng Secretary General Matsemela Matsemela with us here on Newsnight.
News that moves. eNCA.com.